Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Yes, we're in Russia still, and we are in the process of delivering steel. We got given an optional side quest, if you like, for advertising. Basically, it says establish a bus route with at least 3 stations and drive it. It says stations specifically. I tried placing bus stops, and oh, now it lets me. Fine, it didn't let me before. Hopefully that's actually going to be allowed. It says stations specifically, but you wouldn't expect to need them, but yeah, let's put second one there, and why don't I just assume it's going to go that way and come back around here, this way, yep, and then why don't I just put an actual station down somewhere, somewhere I can, well, was this going to actually work if I turn this around this way, maybe? Yeah, it will. Okay. Rather not remove any buildings, but that will do. So then we have our station, so we just need a line to connect them all together. And we're just going to call this Kutsk bus line. Okay. And then we will just add stations. So we're going to add this one. Then we're going to add this one. Then we're going to add this one. And finally the station. Okay, so straightforward sort of bus route. It might be nice if we went around that way as well, but I don't care that much. And we got some vehicles. Apparently we now are able to buy new vehicles. So I'm just going to get a depot set up. And we want that. I'm going to put it out of town, to be honest. Down near the river. Okay. And then we can buy some vehicles. So passenger vehicles, well, I was kind of hoping for something electric or something petrol based, but I guess it's still a little bit early, still the turn of the century, 1900. So we got a droshky, which is yeah, horse drawn. Let me just get just one of them will do, and then we'll just assign them to our bus line. Okay, and that should leave. And it says drive it, so I'm not sure if that means that we actually have to be in camera while it's actually going around, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'll come back if that's not working. Anyway, next stage. Excellent. The first stage has been completed. Tsar Nicholas is extremely pleased, but the terrain is treacherous and muddy quagmire in the summer, frozen solid in winter. Thanks to stable steel structures, the tracks are luckily going to stay right where they are.
Nothing happens without materials. Now make sure that they are ready and waiting by the time the next leg is to be completed.
Okay, so that was our steel being finished by this railway here. Supply the second construction site with stone. Okay, so we need stone to here, and stone is available this way. Okay, so it's available right here.
What a disgrace! In reality, the Association of Sable Breeders turned out to be a group of subversive subjects who are conspiring to overthrow the Tsar. You must prevent the meetings at all costs.
Okay, so fine, preventing the meeting. Find the meeting points for the conspiracy. Well, I guess they're going to be somewhere in Kutsk. It says precise filtering will make the 3 rendezvous points visible with certainty. I will come back to that. Let me just go back to the delivering stone one. Supply the second construction site with stone. So we got to get stone from all the way over here to all the way over here. And we do have a railway, but I don't currently have a sort of connection to it. Or at least no station in Misauskaya? Yeah. But it's easy enough for us to basically build a road between the two. You see, we've got this road connection, so that's much easier to build than any kind of rail station. And then because with the rail station, you would have to connect both this to the rail station, and then the rail station to the rail station, and then the rail station to the to the construction site. By that point, we may as well just build a couple of stops. So we want a truck unload stop, and we'll build that near our stone point, and then we just want a sort of station on the other end, truck station. And let's make that at least... Now, can we actually make it over here? Yeah, still connected as far as that's concerned. A little bit shorter and connected to proper roads. We will then, I guess, just create a line for that. We want a stone construction line. Stone supply. Okay, and let's add a station, that one. And where is our unload point? Right there. Cool. So that's a simple one. And of course, we will need another road depot because we don't have one over here. So let's just get that down as well. One road depot. And let's actually just put it over here as well. Oops. Let's get that going. There it goes. So they should be able to pick up pretty quickly straight away. And we're going to buy some vehicles. We are going to need some cargo vehicles, and these are new ones. Ah, there we go. First truck. And it can carry stone. That's more importantly. Loading speed is not much different. More emissions. It's fine though. Not much else other than capacity being a bit higher as well. So we need 40 of it. We're going to just buy 3 of these. Okay, and we're going to assign them all to the stone supply. Off they go. Our first very terrible trucks. But no horses at least. Should be less pollution on the... Well, less ground pollution on the roads and more air pollution. Anyway, they should be off to deliver stone. And then we got a bear hunt quest.
A group of hunting tourists from Europe is eager to shoot a bear. As luck would have it, construction work has driven off most of the bears. But as for the women, they're relatives of the Tsarina herself, so a bear is an absolute must. The circus currently performing in Irkutsk has a tired old circus bear. Maybe things could work out in the end.
Maybe they could. Let's accept that.
The circus wants to move on as early as tomorrow. But if a big enough audience can be organised, it might stay for an extra performance.
And they have clearly just parked out of town, nowhere near anything else. Fine. I'm going to build a bridge just for a circus. It seems, you know, a little bit something we just want. Collision? Well, yes, it's a river. Of course, there's going to be a collision. Maybe it's because this is too low. Why don't we just build something over this way? Okay. And yeah, I guess that can connect. Okay, and then we will just build that here. Okay, and then we'll just build, I don't know, an extra bus tram stop maybe? And we'll add it to that same route, I think, and then, well, hopefully that will bring people over here without having to rebuild a new line or anything like that. So we'll just take that existing line, the Irkutsk bus line, and let's just bring them to here, okay? And hopefully that will satisfy the circus. It doesn't highlight this point, so I'm assuming that's going to be the case, but hey, let's leave that going. And then preventing them meeting then. Precise filtering without 3 rendezvous points visible with certainty. It doesn't really help tell me what that actually means. So what it really means is use your filters up here to look for the districts. And I want the land use layer. Yeah, so we should be able to see ones that are particularly different. I'm not sure which actual town this is actually in though. On over there. Are there any here that look particularly different? Still not seeing any. Here's one. You see there's no color assigned to this thing. It's just basically like the background. Well, if you hover over it, it says House of the Sable Breeder Club 2. Yep, and you got a configure thing here, so we can just basically bulldoze that. Okay, and that's one of the 3 points. So you need to go around and find either houses that are bulldozable, basically, or that have that configure button on them, and you should be able to find them fairly easily from that, as long as you look for place spaces where there are no colors. Yeah, that might take me a little while, though. It's kind of hard to see against the background. Anyway, I'll finish both of those. And there's the last one, really rather trickily placed underneath a tree, but that will hopefully complete.
What a relief. The subversive forces have been arrested. The danger is averted, the monarchy saved.
Okay, and then time is pressing. The geopolitical situation is coming to a head. Trouble is brewing on the eastern borders of the Empire. Time is short. See to it the route is completed in good time, so that the necessary logistics infrastructure is ready if worst comes to worst. The Tsar cannot be disappointed under any circumstances. In other words, get going.
Hurry up. Get everything that's needed here quickly so that the railroad is completed on time.
So we have a third construction site which is off in the middle of nowhere. Thanks very much for that. However, it does already have, or let me just take off this land use layer so it's nice and colourful. It does already have a rail station, which is good. And it already comes from this rail station, which is also good. So I shouldn't need anything for there because the steel should be coming across. The only difference
Material is constantly disappearing from the construction sites. And just what might be the cause? There are rumors that a mysterious creature is prowling around the taiga. A well-known shaman supposedly knows what to do.
Yeah, we'll leave that for a second. So, back here we come, and we're just going to change the existing line here. We've got a line that takes steel to the second construction site. We want steel to construction to have basically an additional station. That's annoying. I need to be able to move the camera, but pressing S actually moves down the list. Anyway, steel to construction. I'm going to add a site here. Okay, and then I'm going to take off this port, not the port. No, I am taking off the port, that's fine. Yep, we're taking that off. Okay, and now it should just deliver that same steel all the way down here. However, we are going to need stone, and thankfully it looks like someone's run... Yeah, someone's run a railway down one end of the lake to here, so it might be doable for us to get a rail line running around this way. Although, well, let's take a look at the contours. How good or bad is... That's not navigable, that's contours. There we go. We want to stay in this contour exactly right here. We have to go uphill a little bit, but that's probably doable. Let's do the end of this, not at this end. Let's do the station end first, because it might be a bit tricky to actually do this. Prohibited area? Really? I can't build... Oh, I can't build that way. Oh, that's so annoying. And there's no way we're going to be able to build a bridge, is there? Well, we can't build one over anywhere over here, so it has to go this way. And that probably means we need a seaport of some kind, because... yeah, I don't think we can make a railway bridge that is in any way decent. Why don't we just see if we can build boats then? If we have boats, we have a cargo harbour, a passenger harbour and a shipyard. We're just going to go for the cargo harbour. And let's hope that this will count. If I rotate you, will you count? Yes, you will. Although... what I'm going to probably end up doing is having to build another station. Yeah, so if I build the harbour right here, can we actually build a station next to it? And then have that deal with the railway for the rest of this thing? That's one possible option. Let's see if we can actually build a station on an existing rail line. Rail, buildings, a cargo station. Can we rotate you? And will you snap or anything like that? No, but we can put it next to this line. And that may well serve as a functional lay-by, essentially. I'm hoping that this counts for that transfer. We'll soon see. That might be a problem if not. But yeah, and then we can just basically build a rail system connected to it. And hopefully... new vehicles available. Okay, there's a rail line on that side. And there is a rail line now on this side. Okay, and we're probably going to want signals, just as we've done previously, because we don't want I don't want things to go awry. Just in case. And then we're probably going to want to create a separate line for this, and we're going to want to say a C connection on the other side as well. Let me sort that out off camera, and I'll bring you back once I've got the C connection going. Okay, and so here we're going to buy a Klondike, which should be a cargo ship, and maybe 2 of them? No, let's just go with 1 to get started. And we're going to assign that to stone to 3rd construction. Oh, wait a second, it did not like that. Unable to find path to stop, no path for big ships. Only small ships are allowed on this path. Consider using small ships or large docks. Okay, I guess we're buying a smaller ship then. Fine. Yep, you will work, and I guess we're going to have to sell you. Oh, unfortunately. Where is this? I thought that was the sell button. Nope, that's the sell button. There we go. So we'll buy a second small ship, and we'll just assign that to that. And it should be picking up stone from here, technically, if we get this stop here to drop here instead of, you know, where it previously was. Does that actually count? It does count, so it should start building up here, or you'd imagine. And I'm going to head all the way over here, at which point we are going to need another locomotive to basically connect to these two. So why don't I look for where my train depot is, and will you actually have any... You may not have a connection. Because it'll go to this station, but then it will have to go back again, and that doesn't necessarily connect very well. Interesting. So why don't I just build another piece of rail? Maybe here? Yep, and that should connect. Normally we'd need signals for this kind of thing. We probably don't, I would have thought for now. But let's just buy some, basically a locomotive. I guess we're going for steam again. And we'll just pick the top one. And then some cargo wagons. We want ones that can carry stone. Gondolas can carry it. And these gondolas can carry it. So let's just get 3 of those. And we'll assign this to a new line. We'll need to create one. And that is just going to go between these 2 stations. So let's just add a new line. And stone. Final 2/3. Yep, not a very good name, I know, but that will have to do for now. 1 there. And then 1 here. Should be the last leg. At which point we can go to a vehicle manager and choose this new train. And assign it to stone final to 3rd. Okay, and off it should go. It should sort itself out with the signals appropriately at this station. The other one should stop, I would imagine, and the other one will go past. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I could have said the signal's the wrong way around. That's entirely possible. Let's see what happens. In it comes. That's, yeah. Not precisely what I want, but it should still work because the other one's going to come past it first, go to the end stop, and this one will then go, and then the other one should basically come back and forwards. Let's see that in operation. Yep, that's going to go past. And let's see whether this actually works in practice. So we need to wait for some stone. Is there any on this ship that's coming in? That's a steel. I really hope that these... And well, they should be able to take both. Let's look at the vehicle manager. And buy vehicles. Yeah, it can take both. So as long as we're providing stone at this end, it should start moving it around. So, yep, we'll see if that happens in operation. And yes, I've missed a rather obvious port that's already in place right next to this railway station. So I moved that transit from here, going across to here. And this will then go to this railway. And that railway line is now... Basically, this transfer station is no longer needed. However, it happens to be a lay-by as well. So, hey, I'm just going to leave it in there. One thing to note, if you don't get this right, what you'll find is that the stone doesn't seem to produce anything. These things do not produce unless there is an actual consumer of them at the other end. Sort of smart behavior, but you also know there's something wrong if there's nothing piling up in your truck station. Well, nothing was happening. I put in a second truck station just to prove it, just to make sure there was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong. It's just me doing basically not connecting everything. So if that happens to you, that's exactly why. And now our trucks here should pick up some stone. Yeah, they should take it to the port. The port should ship it across the river, or entrance to the sea, but let's just call it a river. There's no river at this end, but hey, it's a small lake. Whichever. Should ship it across, and then the other train line should take it down the coast to the final destination. So that's that one done, and that should just happen in the background. This basically bringing an audience to the circus does not seem to work. I don't know why, but they just don't seem to want to go over there, so yeah, I'll have to research that one. Let's take a look at Stones and Shaman. Material is constantly disappearing. Yes, except...
The shaman can be found on a mountain in the southeast.
Okay, he's right in here somewhere. In his tent. Well, not a tent. Yep,
The shaman
there we go.
has spoken. There's no doubt that the mysterious monster of the taiga is responsible. The only way it can be appeased is with offerings of precious jewels. The gemstones are supposed to be found on the steepest slope to the southwest.
Steepest slopes to the southwest. Would be nice if there was a question mark, as southwest could be pretty much anywhere, given that there is no actual compass. Yeah. Well, I guess if the southeast is over there somewhere, then this is going to be southwest here. So I'm going to have a look around for it. And if we turn on the contour overlay, there is this circle down here at the very bottom left when you orient things this way. And we would assume that we can just dig here. So let's just take our terrain tool, dig down. Well, hopefully. Yeah, terrain tool, dig down. And do we get some gemstones? That might be nice. Not sure how much more digging I'm going to need to do, but hey, dig it up.
Rare specimens.
And
They
there we go.
radiate an extremely unusual energy.
Bring the gemstones to the shaman. Well, I would assume that I don't have to do anything further here. Let's just go to the shaman. Yep. And let's turn off this overlay.
The shaman was kind enough to hand over the gems to the taiga monster. He said it would be too dangerous for anyone else.
Oh, of course, yes.
Sure enough, the thing seems to be appeased. At any rate, no more material is vanishing into thin air.
Good. Alright, so that's that done. We're going to get the stone being delivered to the third construction site. See, it's already on the way, which means we just need to basically finish off the audience to the circus.
Big top.
And there it goes. I just basically that bus station or the little stop wasn't enough, so I just put in one of these stations right here that actually counts as far as connecting to this is concerned, and then everything resolved itself. So that's that sorted, which means we just need to wait for the rest of the stone to arrive at our construction site. And in comes our train, hopefully with its final load into the stop.
It's done. The railroad project that has just been completed has safeguarded Russia's influence in Eastern Asia. Japan takes a very dim view of it. It has declared war on the Tsarist Empire and promptly attacked. The point now is to act as fast as possible. Ensure that the supplies of materiel for waging war get to the Eastern Front.
Okay, so we need to transport munitions from a warehouse, which is wisely quite far away from the town, and take that to a warehouse. So fine. Will we have a rail line? Yeah, we do. And where is the warehouse? Okay, also with a rail line. And does that cross? It does not. Okay, fine. So technically we could create a sort of connection from this munitions factory to this harbor, basically. And we'd probably get rid of the other trains. We shouldn't need them anymore. And then we can connect to this harbor over here, which is basically connected to this rail line, which is all the way down here to where we need to get it to, which is the warehouse. Good. So all we need to do is really create a new shipping line and get rid of our existing trains or reassign them. I'm just going to get rid of them just to make it easy enough for that to happen. Let's just get our vehicle manager. There we go. We want the train depot. No, they're not in the train depot. They're just basically connected. Where are they? I want the... Which route is it going to be? It's going to be... Not the ships. We'll get rid of that train. Yeah, we wouldn't do this in probably in actual fact, but there's a few issues with the basically the cargo. If you have cargo that can't carry the thing you're trying to actually move, it causes a few issues. For the moment, I'm just going to actually buy a new vehicle, create a new line, and then we can get going there. So we're going to create a new line from up here to here. Okay, so munitions to ships. Okay, and then on the other side, we're just going to create exactly the same thing from this side. So another line, new line from here all the way down to here. And ships, munitions, if I can spell, to warehouse. Okay, so we've got everything connected. I just need to buy vehicles, which is going to be straightforward. Let me just actually see if there's any specific vehicles that I need here. We may need another train depot for this side, because I don't think we've been using the train so far. That is a road depot, so we are going to need another train one over here. Fine, let's just go and build that up. One train depot. And let's just put it down here somewhere. Okay, and then we'll just connect it up with track, as you normally would. Okay, that means I should just be able to get a new train. Let's go for steam train, one of these, and then we just get the cargo wagons. We want the one that can carry munitions, particularly the box car. This box car can carry it as well, so let's just go for 3 of those. Okay, and we'll assign them to ships or munitions to warehouse. Great, and then we just need to do exactly the same thing on the other side and then create a shipping line across, and we'll sort that out regardless. The other mission we've been given in the meantime is to supply logs to the circus, and should be quite a straightforward thing. We're just going to connect the basically the forest area to the rest of the network, and then we're just going to add a truck station up here for this. And we should have a road depot, I think. Do we have in Irkutsk? Yeah, there's a road depot right down there, so we should just be able to get that connected. And buy some vehicles. We want more trucks. Let's buy 3 of them. And they can be given to a new line in a second, which we'll just create. New line from there to a new sort of basically truck unload point right here. And that's just logs the circus. Great. And then we can just go back to our little road depot, wherever it is. Yep, and I will connect them all to logs the circus. Off they go. So that should be that done, and then we just have to wait. This shipping route is not going to work. It's not going to work because these ships can't carry this cargo. If you look at this ship, it will not carry munitions. Thankfully, however, the game decided to complete the railway running all the way around the actual far side, so we should be able to make this a lot simpler at the same time, although we might want to add more cargo basically to the whole thing. So if we have a look at munitions crossing, that I can basically get rid of. I'm not going to be using those ships. So munitions to ships, we'll just change a couple of these things. Munitions to warehouse. They're both the two different trains at the moment. So munitions to ships, we're basically going to configure this to be a little bit different. We're going to go to
the hunters have departed empty-handed.
Yes.
The bear disappeared. Word has it that it frightened a postman and stole his bicycle. Then the bear rode off with its tongue sticking out.
Fine. So this is the only mission left, and then we just need to change it. So instead of going to the Port Baikal, we're going to change that, delete it, and we're going to add the station all the way down here, which should be actually part of the same rail network now. So Ulan Ude is basically available, and that should be valid. However, given that we got now two different lines with the same thing on them, what I'm going to do is just change the other one. So munitions to warehouse. This train, I'm going to send it to munitions to ships. And we're going to just basically then delete this line. So munitions to warehouse, you get deleted, and then munitions to warehouse. Now there's going to be two warehouse. There's going to be two trains on this route now. And what we probably want to do at some point is add more cargo space on them. But we'll see about that. We need 150, so each train has a capacity of, what is it? Give me train. Come on. I know you can select the train. You know what? Stop. Okay, 36 on each train. That's not too bad. So let's just start it full again. You'll see they have this siding over here. I have another siding earlier, but I think I'm just going to delete this one. So we're going to get rid of this one. Shouldn't be needed anymore for that one. And I'm just going to get rid of this signal here. And this signal here. Well, this remaining bit and pieces. Yeah, that can go and that can go. So there is one siding right there that will, however, cause a bit of a bottleneck in that the train has to come all the way down here and it'll wait all the way back here for the other train to actually get here. So that's not terribly great. We probably just want some sort of signals going on to let both trains be moving on the same route at the same time. And to do that, I'm just going to put a couple more sidings around the track. One here, and then there's one, you know, where we originally had it over here. So what happens is when a train stops, it's going to look ahead to the next set of signals. One train's coming around here, and then the one train is coming back. When it gets to a set of signals, it's going to look to the next set of signals and see if it's clear to go through, at which point it will or it won't. So one's coming around this side, and that's coming on that siding. They're both still fine, and then there is one, the train's coming around this side as well. So whichever one gets to this siding first will obviously go, I think it's going to be this left one. It's going to come in here and stop and wait, and then the other train is just going to go by, and the other train hopefully is actually now carrying enough stuff. It's got 36 munitions, so yeah, that is going to work just fine. We just have to wait a little while for them to fulfill the order. Or indeed, you can put an extra train on. That wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. So why don't we just go to trains, vehicle manager, munitions to warehouse. We'll just grab both. Do we have enough sidings? We have 3. I'm going to just clone one of them. So I'm just going to clone that. And that will then start fulfilling the same route. And there's obviously 36 on each train, so that's what, 90, 108. So yeah, it won't take them very long at all to fulfill the order. Assuming that of course, the munitions warehouse can keep up, and it looks like it certainly is at the moment, so we'll see on that front. And in comes our final train. We're leaving it on 144. We're going to be going up, we have 36 on the train, so we got more than enough for this. And it comes in for the station. So, yeah, there's a munitions warehouse full of munitions for the Eastern Front.
Despite your active commitment, the war has sadly been lost. And there were times when the good Tsar was more popular too. But at least the Russian Empire is still left with the most impressive railroad line in the world.
And that's the end of the Russian mission. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. If you have, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe and click on the bell if you want notifications for more episodes like this. And of course, we'll see you next time for some more Transport Fever 2. As always, guys, thanks for watching.